But Fred sent me something the other day. It was a clip of Gilly talking to Joey Badass.
Yeah, accused the OG of gatekeeping.
Yeah, and I thought it was really cool because Gilly, who is one of the realest, is speaking from sort of a standpoint of like, I got it right now. Right? He never had that in rap, but in this game he kind of has it. And he's saying, like, you see a youngin that has potential, you see a youngin that's coming up. It's like they draft the first round linebacker when you in year 6, right? And he was like, I can't put him on because he gonna come take my spot. And Joey was like, nah, like we gotta change that mindset. Fred, what made you even send that to me, and what kind of piqued your interest in it when you first looked at it?
I mean, first off, man, shout out to 19 Keys, the intelligent brother, always talking about having high-level conversations. And when it was clipped, because the interview was done a minute ago, but that was clipped and was circulating, it reminded me of my time in Jacksonville, you know, on the surface. I was there, you know, going through what I was going through, and they drafted 6 running backs in my 11 years there. They brought in another 30, obviously, to put them in position to possibly take my job. And what I ended up doing was pretty much like the thoughts that Joey had. As a collective, we can be better together, right? So I would teach these guys. I would embrace them, bring it in, teach them, show them the ropes, then let's go compete. Because what God got for me, God got for me. I'm not threatened or insecure, or I don't have an ego that's gonna, you know, make me look at these guys a certain way and not want to see the best for them. I want the best for you, right? So I just thought it was a clip, man, that, you know, it was perfect for that situation, but it also reminded me of us as Black people. They talk about group economics and getting together and doing things together and collabing. And you don't see a ton of that, right, in our community. When it is, it's beautiful, in my opinion. So yeah, it was just something that stood out. I know where Gilly was coming from, right? Because what stood out to me in his comments were family. He said, I gotta make sure my family good. So if I gotta do anything, whatever I have to do by all means necessary, I'm gonna make sure my people good. And that's even if I gotta protect my position from the guy who's trying to get my position. Right, and I agree with Joey as well. So I thought it was dope.
But yeah, it's not a limited amount of food. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take food off my family's table. There's food for everybody, and that's the thing. It's the crabs in the bucket. You going up, I'm gonna pull you down so that I can get up. No, how about you reach back and help that other crab up, and then he jump over and you jump over, and that's the thing too. Speaking of the Black community, that I know a lot of other communities do. I got this thing, hey, jump in with me. Do this with me. I got other communities that ask me to jump in with them because they know that we got some sense, and they know that, you know what I'm saying, we're businessmen. And it's not usually other Black men that ask me that. My Jewish friends, white friends, my Asian friends, I've been presented so many opportunities with other communities that I've been accepted into because they know, okay, he's a good dude, he's a good guy, good family man, whatever it is. But that's the one, like you speaking on that about the Black community, I think you can go back to, we talked about buck breaking, we can go way back to wherever we want to go back in the 1800s of this. But that's the thing, the crab in the bucket mentality got to stop. And that's what, and I'm not saying Gilly's talking about, he's not a crab in the bucket, but if you're successful, my family can still eat while your family's eating. And I think that's what we need to break up that conversation. And Joey Badass, I love how he was talking.
He's just super intelligent.
Super smart. I didn't even know that about him. Now I need to go back and watch more things about him because I love the thought of what he was saying of, nah, we good to go. It ain't even like that. You ain't taking my spot.
I think Gilly's talking about the hustler's mentality.
Yeah.
Which is the evolution of the token Negro, right? You started talking about the past, but the house Negro who was acceptable to be in the house, he was the Samuel L. Jackson and Django in the way that he treated the people who were picking the cotton, right? And then it evolved to the token where we could have one in the building. And so it was history that made you feel like spots were limited. And so now when you hustling to continue to get to the top, you feel like, well, there's not enough spots for all of us. So if it's not enough spots for all of us, how do I keep mine? When really, as the OGs and as people who have made it, we should look at everything, all of these adversities. It's just like a valley, right? It's a river. We got to lay something over that so we can get over. And when we get to the other side, we can't pull it from the young kids. We got to hold it for them. We got to hold it so they can walk across too. And I think if we start to think that way and we show them that now they're going to do the same thing for the next generation. But it is sort of that mindset that there isn't enough, and you're right, for such a communal culture, because we are, right? You know, in your family, when you made it, other people made it. When you made it, other people made it. We got to get that outside of our households. It got to be, okay, I got it. How I put Chan on? Okay, how Chan gonna put Fred on? How are we gonna continue to move this thing forward and figure out how we become the organism, right, that runs the organization? Because all the times we're figuring out how to be the best laborer. We got to figure out how to be the best owner. Then we got to figure out how to create the most ownership, how to have the biggest group of successful humans, right, that we possibly can. And for me, that doesn't mean all of us have to be the same. It's like you said, it could be your black homeboy and your Asian homeboy and your white homeboy and your Jewish homeboy. We can all get in because there's something to learn from everybody. We ain't got to gatekeep in our own communities, and we don't have to gatekeep as a whole. But what we do have to be intentional about is helping our own community.
Yeah.
Because if they see 4 Channing Crowders, it's much more powerful than 1 Channing Crowder. And when we start that, oh, I gotta hold my spot to make sure I can feed my family, we're not realizing gatekeeping that way kept us from feeding 3 families instead of 1. And I think that's something we gotta be focused on.